I think to the public eye, the 3 points will be overshadowed by the Adeyemi outburst on the sidelines after he was substituted and perhaps Guirassy's continuous goal drought. But in my opinion, the 3 points overshadow exactly that because they are extremely vital. Now only 6 points behind Bayern Munich. Granted, they have a game in hand, we're second in place, and it was another one of those games where you just thought to yourself, Dortmund were the better team, they created chances, but there's no definitive game plan where you understand and reach that level of certainty where you can comfortably say that Dortmund actually will win that game without being susceptible to conceding late, right? So it's a continuous struggle to outclass the opponent and not to fall victim to a late goal, right? And I've said this before and again, I can only reiterate what I've said. I think Dortmund will be okay and probably finish second or third or fourth, depending on some late season drama. But talking about Serhou Guirassy's goal drought, I mean, I said this after the, I think I said this after the Leverkusen game, which we won, by the way. I said bench him and start Fabio Silva, and I cannot emphasize Fabio Silva enough. The 2-0, he prepared for Maximilian Bayer. Serhou Guirassy, obviously we don't know the circumstances. He probably would have shot and missed. So the game awareness from Fabio Silva, I mean, I don't understand why he hasn't started more, why he hasn't played more. Serhou Guirassy needs a break. He needs to come off the bench. We understand he wants to leave. We also understand Adeyemi wants to leave, and that's okay. We got to keep the squad morale intact. It seems to be imploding because Nico Schlotterbeck is also, there's some discontentment around his contract. It will be expiring. He will leave for a big club. We all understand that, right? We're not trying to say that that's not happening, right? So I think that we need to sort out the internal problems, somewhat end the season on a high note, and then develop and put forward a new game plan, perhaps with new management, with new staff, with new players, with new leaders, and attack next season. I can also actually see next season being a complete write-off in the sense that we enter a rebuilding stage, and our rebuilding stage consists of 1 to 2 years of focusing on the academy and player development, and also sacrificing finishing, maybe we'll get top four, but sacrificing finishing second and third, and therefore not really doing well in the Champions League, for really investing and giving players time to develop. I can really see that happening still with Niko Kovac under contract. It's hard to understand or to see where we go from here on out without Schlotterbeck, without Adeyemi, and without Guirassy, three of arguably our most important players. Now, granted, Felix and Mecha has stepped up and performed clutch tonight. Again, one of Germany's better holding midfielders as we speak. And then we obviously have Bayer, we have Fabio Silva, who I think is permanent. But it's hard to see where this Dortmund team goes after probably selling 2, maybe 3 of their stars next summer. And I don't know, so there's, I think, a lot of uncertainty, a lot to speculate about, and a lot of discontentment. But right now we seem to sort of be subduing that discontentment for now by winning, and that win speaks volumes because it's important 3 points that will hopefully ensure us championship qualification. So right now, as you can tell, I'm not really excited. I'm not really showing great emotion, great attention to detail. In fact, I'm just sort of talking off my sentiments, and I think that Dortmund need to sort things out, and it's a difficult situation because it almost feels like we've been dragging on this constant implosion, or team that's ready to implode, for years to come. Ever since Edin Terzic departed, there was some discontentment with Hummels and the staff, and the question about mentality ceases to exist. So we'll see. Big win. Now we can take a winter break and hopefully focus on winning the next 2 Champions League games and secure top 8 qualification.